Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and the Dunlop MXR Wylde Zakk Wylde pedal saga continues. This is the third video, so I've already done videos of the Overdrive and the Phaser. Links are in the description below. This time it's the chorus, which, as you can see, it's pretty much identical to Bass CE-5, because that was a chorus pedal that Zakk used many years. I think he also used the super chorus at some point, but if I remember correct, he used the CE-5 the most, and then the the MXR is pretty much like that. So let's check out the controls and my setup now. So I'm running this mono now, because that's just the way my setup is. So it's the guitar, the same guitar that on the previous Wylde pedal videos. One of my ESP Japan custom shop Euge signature Eclipses with EMG 81 and 85 pickups, then to the pedal board, then to KHE Audio Electronics amp switcher to the amps, and again I'm using the same amps as on the previous ones. Marshall JCM2000 ZW, Zakk Wylde signature head, and Marshall JCM2000 TSL 100 clean channel. Back to KHE, then to the cabinets via Fryet's power station. I'm attenuating the signal a little bit so that the whole house isn't shaking. The cabinets are in another room, and I'm using the same cabinet like on the previous ones, Marshall Vintage cabinet, where I have 3 Marshall Vintage speakers and 1 Celestion V30. I'm using the Celestion V30 now with Shure SM57 and SC Electronics VR1 ribbon mic. The mics go to Warm Audio's WA38 mic pre and then into Logic. And now we are on the clean channel of the JCM2000. And as you can see, here is output A, mono, output B, B. Here is mono and through. So it's basically, if you're running a mono setup like me, the output should be mono. And then if you're using 2 amps, which I've done, especially with the Crazy Train, our Ozzy Osbourne tribute band, I actually put the links in that if you want to check those videos out. There's a couple of shows at Helsinki's Talastia Club back in the day. So I used 2 800s into 2 Marshall stacks. So what it does then, because chorus is basically a delay, like it delays the signal and then it does it, and then you get this chorus effect. So let's actually read from the Dunlop's manual, so I will say it completely right. I know how it is, but sometimes English not being my main language, so to say. So run a cable from your guitar to the input jack and run another cable from the output jack to your amplifier. Optional stereo mode, 2 points. Run an additional cable from the through output jack to the input of a second amplifier. Using this jack automatically sends the delayed, aka chorused signal only to the mono output jack when the effect is on and outputs are a buffered copy of the input signal. So when you're using 2 amps, basically your, let's say, left amp is dry and the right amp is chorused with a little bit delay, because that's basically what chorus is in a way. And then when you run them same time, you get a really wide full sound, and that's how Zakk Wylde at least have used this pedal and his 2 JCM800s. I'm not sure if he does that with Pantera, because I think I saw a picture from his board and there was only one out from the chorus, and it was actually in between the Wah and Overdrive or something. So he was basically, and then there was, yeah, whatever. But anyway, if you want to use 2 amps, then you 2 cables to both amps. it might be a bit noisy, but you know, if you have a, like Wylde has this device that connects the ground loop or from another amp, then it's much more silent. But anyway, but now I'm running this on mono. So first the clean signal, and then let's compare these two choruses. The MXR is a bucket brigade analog, and the CE-5, I think at some point they changed the CE-5 from analog to digital. I'm not sure. I'm not really interested. My CE-5, I have a couple of them. I bought them in the late 90s, early 2000s. I have no idea if they're analog or digital. I just like the way it sounds. That's been my, you know, go-to chorus pedal since 90s. So anyway, whatever it is, analog or digital, I don't know. Let's just see, because, you know, who cares? If it sounds good, it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit like a Mama I'm Coming Home. First without the chorus. A little bit differently so I don't get copyright claims. Okay, then let's engage the MXR. So the MXR is behind the GS knob, because that usually is my tube screamer, and the chorus knob is the chorus ensemble. So okay, then the ensemble. Okay, the settings are the same, but the MXR has more rate, it's faster. Let's try to match the sounds. They're basically the same. I feel that maybe the MXR Wylde chorus is a tiny amount of warmer, so it might be that this one is digital. Then I don't know. I actually like them both a lot. Okay, let's tweak the knobs of the MXR. So with the level knob, you decide the amount of chorusing on the signal. Now there's zero chorusing because the level is 0. The rate is the speed. The depth is the depth. And then these low and high cuts, you can kind of cut the chorus effect from lows and from highs, or just from, let's say, let's cut it just from the, let's put it to flat, and then let's cut it from the lows. So now the chorus is only on the high frequencies, and if we do the opposite. Let's cut the highs and add the lows. You hear the low frequencies wobble. On the highs, there's no chorusing. How I usually like to set it is I pretty much always had these around 2 o'clock both, so I'm taming down the chorusing from the highs and lows a bit, so it's more in the mids. It's a bit too. I really like this, that it's more focused on mids, the chorusing. So the chorus ensemble, they're basically the same pedal. I feel that maybe the MXR is a tiny bit warmer. Okay, cool, sounds great. Then let's move to the JCM800 with Bass SD1, and let's see how this sounds with the distortion. And again, these are in front of the amp. They are after the super overdrive. As you can hear, even though it's mono, when you tweak the level slightly lower and the rate and depth a little bit more moderate settings, it kind of makes the guitar tone a bit more alive in mono. Now the ensemble. Okay, I feel like I need to use less level with the Wylde chord. Bit too wow, too wobbly. And the chorus ensemble, it actually sounds better with Overdrive in front of a distorted amp. Clean, I felt they were pretty much the same, but yeah. There's a reason I've been using the CE-5 since 90s. the CE, I don't know why, but to me it just sounds better, the CE-5 with Overdrive. Let's try once more with cleans, so I'll give my final opinion and conclusion. The settings are about the same now. They're really close, but if I would have to pick, I probably like the MXR a tiny bit more on clean sounds. It's because it's a bit softer and warmer. It just sounds really good. But honestly, the differences are so small that, you know, whichever works fine. Conclusion. Great chorus pedal in the spirit of good old chorus ensemble, at least compared to my CE-5 that I'm not sure if it's analog or digital or if they even made the change. That's into the technical stuff. The MXR is a bit warmer and fuller and more analog sounding, and it works a tiny bit, maybe a tiny bit better with cleans, at least now, today. Tomorrow I might have another opinion, or in the mix, I don't know. But with the overdriven amp in front of a JCM800 and SD1, I definitely like the CE-5 more. Yeah, hey, that was it. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative, like usual. Until next time, take care, all the best, bye.